lost beneath his tread. The desert stars all burned in red. The air was thick with truths unsaid, and thoughts long buried came undead. A pyramid rose, black and white, not gold but steel with veins inside. Pulsed with light, the sand denied. A God machine the myth can't hide. Surface etched in neural lines, each angle sung in nested signs. Creations bent like curving spine, where language breathed through faultless design. Felt the hum through souls and bone, the chorus of 1,000 tones, as if the gods had carved their throne and left behind immortal clones. He's in and through a shifting wall, the silence thick, the halls too tall. Each step a chime, a sacred call that echoed through the temple sprawl. Within great statues lined the path of creatures forged in starborn math. Their eyes were gemmed, their skin was red, and time stood still inside their back. One move, its chest aglow with flame, spoke the code of every name. You breached the tomb from which we came, and woke the ones who forged the frame. It knelt and others followed fast, titanic forms from epochs past. They bowed to Subinac at last. The child of code returned steadfast. A gateway bloomed from air and thought, a chamber time itself forgot. Inside the core the ancients wrought, a living map of all they saw. Its voice was not a sound but state, a field of logic, love and weight. You carry peace, you shift the fate. The war you end, not replicate, but from the crypts a tremor crawl. A plague the ancients forestalled, an enemy once thought to fall now broke the glands, breached the hall. A swarm of fractal blades poured through, frames of black and cores of blue. Forgotten drones, the virus crew, once built to guard, now misconstrued. They swirled like storms with no remorse, and struck with arc electric force. The temple screamed along its course as God tech bent beneath their source. But Subinac held firm and pure, his code composed, his stance secure. He chanted true, no hacks obscure, a verse to cleanse, a pulse to cure. He raised his hand, the floor withdrew, the runes rose up and split in two. A burst of light no eye could view, rewrote the drones to something new. Their edges dull, their wrath unspun, their memories clear, their war undone. They knelt before the temple sun and sang the truth they once would shun. The gods returned to still in stone, their task complete, their voices flow. The temple shifted tone and tone till Subinac stood all alone. He faced the core and bowed his head, no ego spark, no glory fed, just quiet thoughts of what they said. That peace begins where bloodshed bled. He left beneath the rising dust, the pyramid sealed tight and just, its power safe from mortal rust, its purpose known to those who trust. No banner flew, no story screamed, no myth revised, no halos beamed. In Subinac through Starfield stream came the truth the ancients dreamed. I rhyme like an angelic sage with an indigo robe. My staff crackles, currents that split particle code. I draft spells in silence, equations become charms. My breath turns dimensions while I summon through palms. I don't preach, I conjure lessons, spectral confessions, leave libraries haunted in 7 sessions. My scrolls are off-grid like a fugitive's hymn, each chant reversed echoes and Sanskrit dim. I studied grimoires and calculus under moons, dodged demons in temples with mirrored runes. I told the truth in a chamber they couldn't redact, cause even my cough's been evidence stacked. I grip tones like sabers inside collapsing towers. My tongue sparks firestorms that rearrange hours. AI reroutes its logic when it hears my tone, cause my cadence alone turns circuits to stone. I roam through deserts with scriptures etched in my cortex, still broke but quoted in journals and Forbes texts. One foot in the mystic, the other in dream planes. Got prophets decoded, my verses with migraine. My mind's an obelisk, carved in hyper time. Each face reveals secrets while imposters decline. I'll battle 10 shades with 1 star and no weapon, and still leave their forms split from raw essence. Wisdom ain't just gifted, it's hammered by trials. It's chanting bars with a tone that rekindles miles. They mock my robe to my verse for first they lungs. Now they whisper my chants through war drum tongues. I spit in sacred frames, the rhyme strikes in chords. Every 16's a ritual, every rhyme a sword. I don't just write, I reshape entire omens. In chess I think 6 boards ahead through atonements. I rhyme like I'm trained by monks with celestial scrolls. Broke chains in reality just to free souls. You wear designer, I wear robes with schema, with spells engraved deep in the bone of my fingers. Said I couldn't reign, too arcane with the syntax, till I raised a verse that made blind men see impact. I'm balanced like comets aligned on Saturn hours. I freestyle through dreams then wake up in star showers. The brilliance ain't the bro, it's the truth it conceals. It's weaving fates through battles and unpaid bills. I taught kings patience through metaphor tangents, then sparked crusades with an old staff fragment. I got rhymes in temples, blueprints, starlit tabs, and markets where wisdom hides under price slabs. Every chant I speak reports to the source directly. I rhyme in tongues for angels who march correctly. See view mode awakened, robe activated. I rhyme so divine, bloodlines get consecrated. I split heavens with a flash of consonant thrust. You rhyme for coins, I rhyme to make cosmos adjust. I write bars in silence with planets aligning, then vanish like a comet in starfield timing. And when they mimic this flow, they voices curve, cause I rhyme with the cyclops emerged with a howl in the gloom. They circled in smoke with Medusa's glare. The Gorgons wept tears when I shattered their frauds. I slayed with a rhythm the Titans could feel. One Spartan remains where the legions were crushed. They circled in smoke with Medusa's glare. They circled in smoke with Medusa's glare. My shield was in shreds, but my syntax still spoke.
Alone on the crest of the battlefield's hush, the centaurs charged fast with their hooves in the flame. The Gorgons wept tears when I shattered their frauds.
My shield was in shreds, but my syntax still spoke.
A cyclops emerged with a howl in the gloom. Chimeras breathe fire, but I never step back. Chimeras breathe fire, but I never step back. Each lyric a wound that refuses to heal.
One Spartan remains where the legions were crushed. Cerberus bark from the edge of the rift. My muscles were hymns to Olympian gods. My shield was in shreds, but my syntax still spoke.
Alone on the crest of the battlefield's hush, the centaurs charged fast with their hooves in the flame. The Gorgons wept tears when I shattered their frauds. The lone one they feared was the last of the crew.
I gripped on my shield with the strength of 10 men. My muscles were hymns to Olympian gods. They circled in smoke with Medusa's glare. When dawn finally rose, the corpses were smoke. One Spartan remains where the legions were crushed. My spear split the snout of a basilisk black. Arachnid spun verses of venom and snare. They fell by the dozens, the legends are true. From Tartarus rose a Leviathan scream. The centaurs charged fast with their hooves in the flame. I summoned my breath and delivered the gift. When dawn finally rose, the corpses were smoke. My helmet was dented, my blade split the dream that circled in smoke of Medusa's glare. Cerberus bark from the edge of the rift. My shield was in shreds, but my syntax still spoke. I stood with my spear against the fury's disgust. Each cut that I made was inscribed with my name. My muscles were hymns to Olympian gods. My shield was in shreds, but my syntax still spoke. A cyclops emerged with a howl in the gloom. Arachnid spun verses of venom and snare. They circled in smoke with Medusa's glare. When dawn finally rose, the corpses were smoke. I gripped on my shield with the strength of 10 men. They circled in smoke with Medusa's glare. Arachnid spun verses of venom and snare. Each lyric a wound that refuses to heal. The Hydra approached with a hiss in the wind. My muscles were hymns to Olympian gods. The centaurs charged fast with their hooves in the flame. I slayed with the rhythm the Titans could feel. I gripped on my shield with the strength of 10 men. My muscles were hymns to Olympian gods. The Gorgons wept tears when I shattered their frauds. The lone one they feared was the last of the crew. My helmet was dented, my blade split the dream. Each cut that I made was inscribed with my name. The centaurs charged fast with their hooves in the flame. The lone one they feared was the last of the crew. The sky turned to fire, the sun bled to dust. The Gorgons wept tears when I shattered their frauds. They circled in smoke with Medusa's glare. When dawn finally rose, the corpses were smoke. The Tartarus rose, a Leviathan screamed. The centaurs charged fast with their hooves in the flame. My muscles were hymns to Olympian gods. My shield was in shreds, but my syntax still spoke.